Good whatever. Good whatever. Oh. How y'all doing, everybody? So I usually wear these big honking boots when I go hiking, but my feet have been hurting. So this morning I decided I'm just going to put some New Balance sneakers on, and I did that. And I don't like to wear my New Balance sneakers with my socks because I like that freedom, And I've been doing that a lot with, just wearing the sneakers and bare feet, no socks and going for a long hike. And everything's been fine until today, for some odd reason, halfway through my hike, and my heel starts to bleed and get all calloused up there, and it's rubbing. And I don't have, of course, I don't happen to carry Band-Aids in my pocket or something, and it's like, so it's like every step on the way, the 2 miles, on the return of my 2-mile hike, I'm like, So look, I don't know, man. Something's wrong with this paper, man. It's just sad. Ooh. Another story about Bezos on the front page of the Post today. I mean, right, buy the paper and be done with it. Now move on, okay? No, we're going to have how wonderful Jeff Bezos is, the Amazon.com guy who's buying the Post. I mean, he's wonderful. He's casual. He's intelligent. He's smart. He makes great decisions. He's committed. He's wonderful. He's a saint. The Pope's going to beatify him. What else are we going to get on this guy? It's almost like it's almost embarrassing, the kind of fawning we're getting in this paper. This is going to be a very unpleasant couple of months with the Washington Post as the Graham family bids adieu to this thing. A lot of the problems this paper's suffering is because of the Graham family. I think it's because a lot of it, they hired Tina. I always call her Tina Weymouth. That's the head of the Tom Tom Club. I don't know why. Tina Weymouth. I always put Tina and Weymouth together. Catherine Weymouth, the publisher there. She's related to Katharine Graham, but it's like, what does she know about publishing? Nothing. She's tall and she's blunt spoken, but she knows nothing. And her dawdling and twiddling over the last how many years as this paper just goes into the toilet. It's sad, and she's largely responsible for, and they're going to keep her on. And Bezos, I'm just tired of reading about all this. It's slimy, it's sad, it's, then you see this thing, what's this on the front page? And, okay, so some other teams are twittering about how rotten the Nationals are. Does this really need to be on the front page? And then yesterday on the Washington Post, at the top of their website, there's an article from Eric Wemple there about how the brilliant guy who's the editor over there at DCist, he's employed by DCist, and so he just decides to write something for BuzzFeed. Oh, they won't mind, and then of course they fire him. And that's a minor little story in the whole scheme of things, but they put it on the front page, really up there, and it gets a lot of people clicking through, and they're kind of going, what? Most reporters or editors, you're employed by somebody. You don't go writing for a competition or somebody else unless, if you want to do that, you go to your boss or whatever and you say, can I do this? And they'll either say yes or no. It's like the Washington Post. It's like Paul Fari writing for the Washington Post. Oh, he wanted to pen a story for the Washington Times too. Is that okay? They would have said no. Then we get to David Zurawik. David. Oh, yeah. So he breaks this news yesterday like, the Anne Arundel County leader wants to keep Channel 5 on the Anne Arundel County cable systems. Then it gets picked up by the stupid TV news websites and all that, like the horrible, mediocre Media Bistro. Anyhow, it's like, damn it, Dave, we broke that news last week. We had news that the Howard County executive was filing a petition so they wouldn't be dropping Channel 5 in the Baltimore Metro. Channel 45, Fox 45 is the Baltimore Fox station. And for years and years and years, Channel 5 out of D.C., which is a Fox station, has been available to cable systems in the Anne Arundel County and in Howard County and some other places in the Baltimore Metro because of the heritage of the station. It's been, it's been a significantly viewed station for years and years, and the FCC's allowed that, even though it is bringing in out-of-market Fox network programming into the Baltimore market, and Sinclair via Channel 45 wants it out, and that's all well and good. But the fact is, we broke the story last week. We reported that Howard County wants to keep Channel 5 in the county, because you can watch some other sports games on Sundays and stuff like that. And then Zurawik just comes in yesterday and writes this little story like, he just landed on the story. You know, hey, Dave, you know, once in a while, your long, stupid career, can you just give us some props? As DCRTV first reported, beat me to the punch last week, ... How about it once? Once! Man. I don't know, man. That guy is so infuriatingly bad. He just, I can't wait for the day that he gets fired. I just can't wait for it. He's such a pompous little schmuck. But then again, calm down. Then I listened to WMAL this morning. You know, they really ought to rename that morning show, call it Grumpy Grandpa and the Breitbart Goon. That's the new name for the morning show on WMAL. Grumpy Grandpa and the Breitbart Goon. I mean, it is just non-stop the Obama hate machine. Every single thing they talk about, they hate Obama and what an idiot Obama is and everything he does is wrong, and that's all. And then, okay, I got to hand it to WMAL, because this morning they had a radiothon, which they do every year, getting, you know, people making donations so they can get backpacks for needy kids and backpacks stuffed with school supplies. And that's a great thing. And it's a good thing. It's a good cause, and they donated a lot of their airtime, their advertising time to that today. More power to them. But it's just weird to hear this Obama hate machine and then interrupting. Please help support the kids and their backpacks. Yeah, maybe if they tone down the Obama hate machine a little bit, especially on days when they do this kind of radiothon stuff, you know, you might get a few more people donating. It's a weird mix. There is something really wrong with Cumulus's cluster here in Washington. There's something just wrong with WMAL. It's just something screwed with that station. And then you listen to Mix 107.3 and there's just something wrong. It's like, They need to just re-image that whole station and bring back the Q107 logo. I don't know. Interesting news out of Philadelphia. You know, Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity used to be heard over there on 1210 WPHT. It's a CBS-owned talker in the market. The old WCAU, which my parents used to listen to when I was a little kid. I remember them listening to Radio 121 WCAU. But anyhow, years ago, yeah, Rush gets moved over to this new station. Okay, remember Merlin, what's his name? Randy Michaels, the guy from Tribune and all. He comes out. He's buying all these stations. He bought a couple stations in Chicago, and he bought a couple stations. And bought a station in New York, and then he bought this station in Philadelphia, 106.9 from Family Radio, and he turned that into a news talker. And they put Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity on it. It's called WWIQ, IQ 106.9. And it's actually getting some decent ratings, you know, Well, Merlin's just gone down the tubes. You know, they tried an all-newser in New York on 101.9. That got blown up about a year after running it. It just went down the toilet, and now it's got bought by CBS, and now it's WFAN's FM relay, or FM simulcast. Excuse me. Anyhow, and then their Chicago stations are like doing music formats, and then the Philadelphia station. What are they going to do with that? And eventually, they did sell it to a company called EMF, which does Christian contemporary, this K-Love format. So in another couple of months, or whenever the closing of the station goes through, Philly will lose this news talker. Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity won't have a station anymore in Philadelphia, so everyone's wondering where are Rush and Sean going to go in Philly. There aren't a lot of places to go in Philly other than back to WPHT 1210 AM. But CBS, you know, it's a CBS station. Well, are they going to run them back? Or I guess they could go to some dinkwat little AM or somewhere in Philly, but be interesting to see what happens there. Kind of an interesting little cock up. Remember, there was a lot of talk a while back, too, when Merlin was buying their stations, that they were interested in 107.9 out of the Annapolis area to do something with that, and CBS beat them to the punch on that. That was also a family station, and that's currently where El Zol lives. after getting kicked off a 99-1 for the all-newser there, that CBS seems to be intent on running, despite the lack of ratings traction. I don't know. What do you know? Just across the wires, Audrey Chapman, if you ever listen to WHUR on Saturday morning, she does a relationship show. She's been shown the door. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more changes at HUR soon. Howard University is having some financial troubles, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some other changes made there. D.L. Hughley has a new afternoon show that's being syndicated nationwide, and ever since Michael Baisden's contract came up back in, March or so. There's been no permanent WHUR afternoon show. They've been doing a lot of the guest hosting thing with this crazy contest thing. But I think Hughley might be the guy they're looking for. Plug into the satellite there. It's relatively low cost. We might, be interesting to see what happens with that. So anyhow. Also doing a lot of writing up on the Redskins and the Ravens. Of course, the preseason starts tonight. This is the 8th of August, which is my half birthday. My birthday is February 8th, so my 0.5, whatever mysterious age I am, today is my 0.5 day. 39.5. But, so, yeah, it's interesting now. You can catch the Redskins live on Comcast Sportsnet tonight at 8, and then they'll be on tape delay, the Ravens at 12:30 in the morning. But you can also watch the Ravens live on Channel 11 out of Baltimore. If you can't get that in D.C., you can watch them on 7 down here. And it's interesting that the Redskins, which will be on Channel 4 down here at 8 o'clock, will also be seen live in Baltimore on Channel 54. So, it's interesting how both markets now are carrying the preseason of the opposite team in the other market. So, whatever that's worth, I don't know. Alrighty, folks, I think that should do it. Thanks for watching Dave TV for the 8th of August, 2013. And I'm fading away. Hey, as I said, send me a pair of camo pants. Got some old camo pants in the closet. I'm looking for some camo pants. 28, 30, 32 waist. Some cool camo pants, whether they're knockoffs or actual military camo pants. Send me a pair of camo pants. You can get the address there on DCRTV support page, and I'll give you a full year of DCRTV Plus. No dinero necessary. Well, I did a Dave TV the other day. I'm standing up like this, and I had my zipper down. Someone said, Dave. I'm always careful to make sure it's up. Yeah, okay, good. Very good. All right, thanks for watching Dave TV for the 8th of August. Bazinga.